without further ado, what are we going to see, Christian?
The Ransom of Emily Jane. Enjoy!
living soul. You know me, Sarah May. Who was it?
Lawyer Brown. That's who.
No.
Sure as you're alive, that's who it was. All spiffed up in his Sunday clothes and everything. He had kind of a sneaky look on his face, too. At least that's what I thought. And he went right past my house without so much as a how to do.
Well, I'll never. Do you suppose they're keeping company? Sakes alive, it hasn't even been more than a year since old Elmer Simpson passed away.
Don't I know, but that Elsa Simpson has never been much of a one to sit quiet. Everybody knows that. They even say she turned up the square dance they had in Spindle Hollow, all by herself, dustied up, fit to kill.
Imagine, at her age.
But that ain't the worst.
No?
Well now, don't breathe this to a soul.
My lips are sealed, tied in a plank.
You know that grown daughter of hers, Carolyn? Did you know she's running around with that Murchison boy?
No, not the Murchison boy.
I happen to know it for a fact. And last week, oh dear, I really ought to tell.
Then don't. Have you heard the news?
What news?
About that little Dorset girl, Emily Jane. They think she's been kidnapped. Imagine, a real kidnapping right in that town.
Oh, that. I heard it this morning down at the yard goods store. Nothing to it if you ask me. No kidnapper in the right mind would go near that child.
Yeah, she probably just ran off and got herself lost, most likely. And I, for one, don't miss her a bit.
Harriet! What a thing to say about a poor, motherless child.
Well, I don't. Not after what she did to my poor little Roger last week.
What did she do?
Well, she was playing Indian. That's what Roger said. She just plain scalped that child. Took a whole handful of beautiful curls and lopped them right off. That poor little tot looks like a plucked chicken.
And you know, she painted my little Mary Ellen's face all to what she called war paint. But it must have been that red lead they use on bombs. I was dazed getting it off. Poor Mary Ellen, still as pink as a ripe cherry.
Good riddance, that's what I say.
That ain't nice, Harriet, but I know what you mean. Maybe a day or two in the woods will calm the child down a bit.
And then we'll have some peace and quiet.
Anybody out looking?
Just the governess, that's what they say. Poor soul spends half her life out hunting for that child.
Didn't Mr. Dorset put sheriff?
Well, sure, but there hasn't been any ransom note, so they don't figure it's a kidnapping. But I do.
Why?
Well, because nothing exciting ever happens around here. That's why. It's high time we had something like a kidnapping to talk about. Nothing like a bit of scandal to stir the blood, that's what I say.
Guess you haven't heard about Carolyn Simpson, have you?
No, what happened?
Well, it seems that she and the Murchison boy...
The Murchison boy?
Shh, not so loud. Seems they were strolling in the moonlight, and all of a sudden, just as they got to the corner of Elm and Main...
Red Chief mean what Red Chief say. When sunrise comes.
By sunrise, he'll be long gone. I'm delivering this ransom note to your pa this very evening. And when he answers our letters, he'll want you back in a hurry. So just stay quiet for a spell. Sonny and me can get working. Go get the pad of papers from the grocery box. I bought a special egg and ask the picture. And make it savvy. We ain't got time to waste.
Was everybody out looking? Did they get a posse? Are we gonna have to make a getaway?
Don't look that way, Emily Jane. Not a whole lot of commotion going on. Least not yet. When your time gets this here note, there'll be some rough and stupid coming. And here's my plans. I'll sneak down there as soon as it gets dark. Flip this note over old man goes to the store. After that, we can,
Emily Jane!
Who in tarnation is that? Oh, prune face, that's who. My governess. Boy, she never lets me have any fun. I can't even get myself kidnapped without her pestering me.
well, go out and grab her, Sonny. And be gentle.
Oh, gee, Ma. We black and blue now. Well, she fights back the way the kid did.
Oh, she won't. She's a scaredy cat. Know what she did last week? I put this frog in her bed, a great big slimy wiggly one. And the second she touched
That
her
was for me, Emily Jane. What's she going to do anything like that for?
just to liven her up some. All she does is read books and play the piano and stuff like that. She's a prune.
Well, Sonny, the way I look at it, if she's the type to be scared out of her wits by a little itty bitty frog, she ought to faint dead away at the sight of a full-grown man coming out of the woods. So talk to her quiet like. I never was looking for him or fainting.
She's here now. Hey, Miss Pruitt, here I am. Catch me if you can.
There you are, Emily Jane. How dare you go off and run off like this? I've been out looking for you all day. How dare you?
I didn't run off. I was kidnapped.
You're what?
Kidnapped. And you're gonna be too. And you know what? You can be the Indian maid who betrays the terrible Red Chief. And after I finish burning paint and track with a stake.
Enough of this nonsense, young lady. I'm in no mood to play Indian. My feet are killing me. And I don't like for you to tell lies, even if you're just pretending. And oh.
See? I am kidnapped. And you know what? You better come quiet, or there's no telling what they'll do. They're real desperados. Know what they did to me? They tied me up. And then,
Now hold on there, Emily Jane. We didn't do one bit of harm and you know it. Though I must say, you did a pretty good job with Sonny here.
Ah, shucks, Ma. Kids will be kids. That's what I always say. Emily Jane can be quite the handful. I know that, so I'll just take her home.
we can't go home. We're kidnapped.
That's right. We're holding the child for ransom. But the very minute we get that, you two can go on your way, safe and sound.
You mean I'm kidnapped too?
Afraid so, ma'am. But the minute her pa pays up,
How much are you asking?
well, we haven't sat down and read the letter just yet. We were thinking on about 2,000.
2,000? Don't you think that's no. Don't you think that's a little bit high? Everything's Dorset is pretty stingy, and that's why I bought him. Suppose you won't pay me if you start with this kid for life.
Say, that'd be great. Then me and Sonny could play Indians together forever. Only next time, I'm not gonna be an Indian. I'm gonna be the lone black scout and ride the stockade to warn the settlers that the Indians are coming. And Miss Pruitt can be an Indian brave, and we can shoot at her and everything.
I think 1,000 would be far more reasonable. We can try, Mom. But let's be ready to listen if the old man wants to narrow it down a bit. I don't like this here kidnapping business one bit. I don't think it's my proper line of work. I sure am glad to hear you say that, Sonny. Life is full of wrong turnings, and only an honest man knows which path of the crossroads to take when the night is darkest.
Well, I've always learned to stick to things, Sonny. We decided on 2,000, and that's what we decided, and suppose we try 1,500.
We can try, Mom. But I don't know. Seems like you wouldn't pay that much.
Well, here's how we start. Ebenezer Dorset asks, Dear sir, we have your helpless child. We have your helpless $1,000.
Mom. Will you decide on $1,500?
$1,500. Well, come to think of it, maybe 1,000 is far more reasonable.
Hey, if you make it too small, I'll have to go home. And I don't want to go home.
We demand payment of $1,000 payable in person by the above mentioned Ebenezer Dorset S. at Howard.
Yes? That's quite correct. It stands for Esquire, and what it means is
That anybody who is S in front of his name is a witch. So you better call me that too. Emily Jane Dorset, S.
At Hallett's Cave on Summit Mountain, payable in person by the above mentioned Ebenezer Dorset S. If you do not show up with a proper sum of cash money at this exact here hour, you will never see your helpless child again. Very truly yours, Two Desperados. How does that sound?
Two Desperados is what I called you. Sounds great. That's what I think. I'm going to be a real help to you two. I can see that. If my pa doesn't pay, maybe next time we can be 3 Desperados and go out kidnapping together. Oh boy, that'd be great. Hey, Sonny, can I borrow your hat?
What for?
Oh, you'll see. Just don't anybody go anywhere until I get back.
Better get ready, Mom. Don't tell what that kid has in mind.
Just a foolish Jessup kid, most likely. I'll be on my way, and you two just sit quiet till I get back.
Alone? Just the two of us?
Why, sure! There's a nice moon out tonight, and maybe Miss Pruitt here will be inspired to say some pretty things to you, like I was saying about the crossroads. And then maybe you can say some pretty things to her.
Ah, gee, Mom. I don't know how to. That's one thing you never did want me. And anyway, maybe I ought to escort you down the mountain. Ain't wise for a lady to be out after dark, even a kidnapping lady.
Oh, please don't leave, Sonny. I've never been alone at night, and you never know what can happen in a world full of desperados and... I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
That's all right, ma'am. No desperados will bother you or I'm around. You can count on me, Miss Pruitt.
That's more like it, Sonny. About time to learn a thing or two about courting. I'll be on my way, and before you know it, Mr. Dorset will be here after his little girl, and then you two...
We'll be rich. What, $1,000? Plus the money I saved from the last job.
That's right.
Yippee! Yowie! I'm the Lone Black Scout, and I'm out for blood. Just as soon as I capture me a wild horse, I'm off to the stockade to warn the settlers.
500, Mom.
500? And you there, you pesky redskin. Halt, or I'll run you through with this bayonet.
You're right, Sonny. 500 half, no point being greedy. That's what I always say.
No more. Well now, that was a real nice sociable. Don't know I ever ate so much though. That plum pie was about the best I ever had.
Goodness, I didn't touch it. Didn't you know who brought it? Elsie Simpson. That's who. And everybody knows she never had a way with cooking. There's no telling what she might have put in it.
Mercy! I'm going to be indigestible all night long. But I was so busy and looking at what she was wearing, I didn't even notice what she brought. Did you see that there dress, all them ribbons and bows? A body would have thought you strong look 16.
And she's a good 40, if she's a day. Everybody knows that.
Everybody except Lawyer Brown looked like a lovesick puppy, didn't it?
Pumped act over that foolish woman, that's the truth. Did you know he took her for a stroll out back all alone while the party was still going on?
No!
Stepped out on the porch for a breath of fresh air myself, and well, I just don't want to tell you what I saw.
What? And what'd you see?
Well, you know that big old maple tree in the back with the hammock slung under it? Well, the two of them...
No. You don't mean it. Well, wait till you hear this.
Hear what?
It's about that little little Dorset girl, Emily Jane.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something about Elsie and Carolyn. Did you know she didn't even turn up at the sociable? Goodness only knows where she and that Murchison boy ran off to.
But it's a real kidnapping. Isn't that exciting? Mr. Dorset got a ransom note this very evening. How did you know? Well, I heard it from Rose Hagener, who heard it from Evelyn Stubbins. And you know, she has the same cleaning lady as Mr. Dorset and the cleaning lady.
What did it say? How much did he ask?
I'm not sure, because I've never been any good figures. It's either 500 or 5,000. I'm not sure which. I get kind of mixed up sometimes.
It must be 5,000. 500 is nothing, at least not to Mr. Ebenezer Dawson. Imagine, $5,000. Do you think he'll pay?
Well, he has to. The note said that if he don't, he would never see his little child again. But the sheriff said he ought to think it over.
Think it over? Think it over? But how can he, when his child is in danger?
Well, you know how the sheriff is. He never did forgive Emily Jane for hitching his buggy that day and let it roll clear down Front Street to the river. I think he'd murdered her on the spot if the governess hadn't come along and dragged her home. I guess he's in no hurry to have her back in town, that's all. But I guess he's got his duty to the law, I suppose, sooner or later. Oh, look. Look who's coming. Said you don't know anything. It's supposed to be a secret. Evening, Mr. Dorset.
Evening, ladies.
Understand you're having much trouble, Mr. Dorset.
Just a minute, but the old horse sense won't take care of it.
Is it anything we can help you with?
No, thanks anyhow. Just need to do a little financial maneuvering. That's all kind of private now, between me and the sheriff. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta be getting down to his office.
You always were a marvel of business dealings, Mr. Dorset. That's what everybody says. I'm sure I'm sure everything will turn out just fine.
Evening, ladies.
Poor man seemed real wrought up, didn't he?
Just imagine, his very own little daughter held by who knows what sort of awful people. I'll bet that child's just scared to death. That's what I'll bet.
Crying her eyes out, most likely.
Poor little Tag. Gee up, old paint! Gee up! Only another 100 miles to the stockade! Gee up! Gee up!
I think we made a long last now. Money is blowing up.
Well then, I'll have to shoot you and put you out of your misery. Sorry, old paint.
I'm sick of that. You just might make it stop whooping me with that rope, huh?
Faster, old paint! Faster! If we don't make it to the stockade in time, the settlers will be murdered in their beds for sure. And, whoa there, old paint. Whoa! I spy a Ron Indian, lying in wait, out in the bushes. You there, you pesky redskin. Oh! Or I'll shoot.
It's only me, Emily Jane, only me. No cause for alarm. Why are you down on your knees, Sonny? Are you hurt?
No, Mom. She was riding me to the stockade. 100 miles so far and another 100 to go. Not beyond an inch. When this kid plays a game, she means business. I was a horse. Old paint. Every 10 miles, she made me slap me O's. I'll tell you something, Mom. Sand isn't a reasonable substitute.
Your Sonny's a marvelous, Grace. I've never seen Emily Jane have more fun. Yeah, and tomorrow we're going to be pirates. And I'll be the pirate king. And I'll give Sonny 100 lashes. And then he'll walk the plank. And he'll fall into the
There ain't
ocean.
gonna be no pirate game tomorrow, Emily Jane, and that's a fact. Your pa will be here any time now, and I'm sure he'll want you back right away.
I don't want to go home. I want to finish riding old paint to the stockade. Come on, only another 100 miles to go. And then you can have some more oats. I don't think old king wants any more oats, Emily Jane. I think he wants some of these nice beans I'm fixing for supper.
And if you don't stop them shenanigans, Emily Jane, there'll be no supper for you.
That time, Dad, Mom. Did everything go all right?
Perfect, Sonny, perfect. The whole town was as calm as a patch full of clouds. Funny, we didn't seem to be so loud looking for the child. Maybe they just haven't missed her yet. never been a pinch of postcard from Aunt Mary. Then he put it in his pocket, marched into the dining room, and sat himself down.
Then what?
And then he ate supper, just as pokey as you please, dessert and all. I must have hid out in the bushes outside for a whole hour, just waiting for some action. I'm all scratched to pieces, hunkering down amongst those rose bushes. But I could see him plain as anything when he came out onto that porch.
Bet he was upset, huh?
Well, I probably would have thought so, but I guess he was a slow-moving sort of man. Maybe he wanted to give the whole thing some thought, because what he did was, he lit up a big cigar, he sat himself on the porch swing, didn't move a muscle until he spoke the whole thing, clear down to the end. Then he ambled on over to the sheriff's office, just as lackadaisical as if he was on a social call. Must have been near 7 o'clock when he got there.
It must be near time now, which shows on 8 o'clock. Isn't that what we decided, Mom?
That's right, Sonny. We have just enough time to grab ourselves a bite to eat. He'll be here any minute, to be sure.
These beans are delicious, Miss Grace. You know, I've never cooked over an open fire before. It's something about the night air really stimulates the appetite. Camping out is fun. I wish I could camp out forever. Well, you can't. Your pa will be here soon, and then we can go home and have a nice hot bath. I don't want a nice hot bath. I want some more beans. And then, I want to finish writing old paint to the stockade.
These beans do hit the spot. Never tasted them so spicy. Did you do something special, Miss Pruitt?
Oh, do call me Samantha. As a matter of fact, I did. I added just a touch of mustard and a wee bit of molasses. But I really think it's this night air that makes them taste so great. Sometimes I think it must be splendid to live life out in the open, to roam the fields and the woods, and to not have to worry about anything.
Well, sometimes it is, and sometimes it ain't. Sonny and me got to hole up for the winter. Occasionally it can be pretty chilly once the frost comes.
But the summers are really nice. With all the green things going and the sun shine all day long.
That was awfully pretty what you just said about the green things growing and the sun shining all day long. It makes me yearn for a simpler way of life, when we didn't have to worry about things like kidnapping. Hey, did you forget the word kidnapped? Well, I suppose I did, Emily Jane. The whole matter just completely slipped my mind. I was having such a great time. But I suppose it'll all be over with soon.
Right you are, man. I hear rustling sound out that way. Son, don't make sure it's a pond. Make sure you didn't bring nobody along, because if you did, we'd have to run for it.
Hey, let's make a getaway. Then I can stay with you and Sunny forever, and tomorrow we can play pirates.
Shh! Don't make a sound now, child. We gotta make sure it's your pa by himself.
It's him all right now. He wouldn't be here at all if he didn't bring this new money. Right this way, sir. You find your child safe and sound. You believe me. One more ready to let her go.
Ah, shucks. It is Pa. I was hoping to be the sheriff, so we can make a getaway. Well, you know what? I'm not going. I don't care how much money he gives you, but I'm not going.
Oh, yes, you are, Emily Jane. We can't expect these people to put up with you forever. Poor Miss Pruitt must be exhausted.
Oh no, Mr. Dorsey, it's been almost like a vacation. This gentleman here is taking complete charge of Emily Jane. He's wonderful with children, so imaginative.
I suppose that's a good thing in his, particular line of work.
Oh, they're not real kidnappers. It's all sort of a lark.
No, it ain't. This here's a real kidnapping, and we expect a real ransom. Did you bring the money, Mrs. Dorset?
Well, not exactly. I brought with my cold counter proposition. May I read it to you?
Well, I always did believe in being fair-minded. We ain't budging an inch, you can be sure of it.
Dear Desperados, I have received your note asking ransom for the return of my daughter, Emily Jane. And I feel that your demands are a little high.
Hi! Why, a measly $500 ain't nothing. Most kidnappers ask for a lot more than that.
I feel that your demands are a little high. So I hereby offer the following counter proposition, which I feel that you will be more than willing to accept. Simply return my daughter to me, pay me $250 in cash, and I agree to take her off your hands.
Well, if that don't beat off plain foolishness, after all the trouble we've gone to.
Do it, Mom. Do it. I got that much right in my sock. I've been saving up for
must die. Red Chief say no.
You, sir, are a mighty fine man, Mr. Dorset. I can see that. Only one thing troubles me.
What's that?
Might the child take that after us?
What's that, baby? Gotta get a move on.
What should I do with the money?
Stick it in my hand, we can go to a matter seven.
I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Suppose we'll have to go home too, Samantha.
I suppose I will. I have my duty down with Jane. But I'll never forget what you said about the green things growing and the sunshine all day long. I've had the grandest time, Sonny.
Don't call me that. Call me Harold.
Goodbye.